Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. The time has finally come to pick the organic corn. We got about 600 bushels picked yesterday. That was the first run. And combine's doing good. Corn's testing in between 16 and 19. I know those numbers are kind of sporadic, but that's what it is. Different spots. You can see where got some green left in here. These are testing about 18, and then on the ridges on tops of the hills, those are testing about 16. I think it was like 16.7 was the lowest that I got. So we're right in where I want to be, and things are going really good so far. So I'm gonna get up in this combine, get some corn shelling through it. We'll get some footage later on. I'll talk about the settings after I make sure that I got everything good. Had it pretty good yesterday, but I did change a couple of things this morning, and we're gonna see if I can go a little bit faster. So here I go. Awful. And we got two down there being unloaded into the semi. All they're going to be able to take today is one load. Get down here and I'll show you our auger setup. But all I'm able to get out of here today is one load, so it'll be a short day for me. To pick off 1,000 bushel is not a big deal at all with Glenn. So get down here, show off our auger situation a little bit. Tell you what, when it comes to blowing the combine off, that thing sure is handy. Intersol ran 185, and then I found a job for the gas 190. I can afford to put gas in it, right? Isn't that nice? Found something it can do. Oh shoot. Well, we got the 185 out. I did some wiring on that, and just did a bunch of little things that needed to happen. Charging system works, everything works, lights work. Only thing, it had a leaky cylinder on the right side, and I just took the cylinder off and plugged it because it's different than all the other ones, of course. I got my swing auger out. Started using this last year. It'll flow some pretty good grain. 185, 7301. For only being an 8-inch auger, that thing will flow some grain. I mean, look how far open that sucker is. And this wagon's lower, so it doesn't sit down on there right. When you can get it out and pulled up a little bit more, you can open it up even more. But this wagon just doesn't allow us to do that. 185 pretty much wide open. And we're just dumping her in there as fast as we can. Get back to work. I may be running an L2 today the way it sounds. We'll see what happens when I get my wagon full, where my brother's at. But that might be a thing. We'll get to see some footage of me running a different combine. No guarantees though. Clean the field is. I'd say 90% of this field has been like this too so far. And it generally gets cleaner the more we go down the hill there. So I'm not expecting to see pretty much anything in the rest of this field, to tell you the truth. So I got a 150 bushel hopper. One pass down is 0.25 acres, whatever, 0.25 of an acre, so quarter of an acre. Let's just put it that way. That just sounds a lot simpler. So I'm making it 3 full passes, and then as you can see, I'm about to run out of corn, and I'm making it that far, and I am full, and it's right about 160 when it's as full as it is. So we're doing pretty good. Going over 150, that's for darn sure. Look at my pile down there. Make sure I'm shelling everything. Nice to drive past it. Double check things. We'll go over settings here in a little bit. Sounds like I'm going to be running my brother's L2. It's an L2, yeah. Sounds like I'm going to be running that here in a little bit because I'm going to have my wagons full. And then I'll just be sitting idle until the truck comes. So might as well help him out. Keep myself motivated that way because I got a truck coming later tonight. I'll end up picking off another 1,000 bushels after he leaves. Roughly 1,000 bushels, 950, something like that. I guess it depends on if they send me the truck with the sleeper on it or not, right? So everything's going good here. I'll get you some footage outside the cam, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So far, everything's been working great, so I haven't had anything to really record and talk about. Nothing's broke down. Just been moving along, picking corn. I'll have plenty of that footage coming up. You guys worry. Well, that's not Glenn, is it? My brother's L2 out. Oh, I just love these stickers. MC Hammerschlagen. A couple of settings to change here yet, but we're getting it out of the field. First time with his new grain truck, new to him grain truck. That thing's on LP, 427 on LP. Kind of interesting. About the middle of August, we had a windstorm. Well, it was just a thunderstorm, but we had 90-mile-an-hour wind gusts recorded in our area. And there's some spots here that this corn took a little bit of damage. It doesn't look like it, but it's gooseneck, and it's making it hard to pick. All in all, though, I don't think we've got much to complain about considering the farm that we had. But you guys have lost a lot, so the fact that we made it through a storm like that means that's entirely different. I think it really is. See that noise there. For any guys that don't know, that's the corn hitting the thresher. Always sounds terrible. But on the inside, it sounds like money. Oh, he's having one heck of a go at it. Well, we're going to leave him in his own devices and we'll see what tomorrow brings. These poor wagons. These are 250 bushel wagons on running gear that might be good enough for a hay rack. Well, they are travel at your own risk. They never go to town. They never leave the farm, that's for sure. And I only put one hopper in them. They are beat to hell. I mean, just welded all back together. Little stupid car tires on it. Just, you know, every time you hook up to this, you just kind of expect maybe you might have to change a tire. I got some more spares though. I got some more pieces of crap to put on it. Don't you guys worry about that. But I got the old gas 190 out. This thing's kind of a turd. And I've never really pulled any weight with it. So let's see how this goes. I'm kind of curious. Just pulling itself down the road in third high, it sounds like it's working, so. Kind of curious here how this is going to work out. Oh yeah, no problem. It just sounds bad because of that exhaust manifold. It makes me think it's always working. Oh, I didn't like that very much. Shifted into high. I thought I let her warm up enough, but there again, something I can afford to put gas in it. You know, around 10 minutes a day, that's fine. We can afford to do that. Whole thirsty thing. Like I said, I only put 150 in each of those, just one hopper worth. Come clacking on up, boys. Better slow her down for the bumps here. Oh my God. See, I say that this is a turd because I'm used to Dad's XT, which is, you know, about 105 horsepower at the PTO. So then I get on this thing and it's a 190, but it's not, if that makes any sense. It's more like a D19, just a big heavy D19. So don't get me wrong, it still get a lot of work done with it, but it's a turd. Let's just put it that way. When you're used to a turbocharged 301 and you get on a gas 265, yeah, it's a turd. But there's a trucking company. These are good guys out of Monroe, Wisconsin. Recommend them for anybody looking for some grain to get hauled. We got about 1,000 bushel here to put on him. We just sent, this will be our second load sent out. So been recording long enough. Get turned around here and we'll bring you back if anything neat happens. How about that? This is very nice. Last year I didn't have the right PTO shaft because it didn't come with the front half. So we weren't able to leave it hooked to the tractor. And then we had the loader tractor here holding the auger down for when it gets full. And this year I went and got a PTO shaft, cut it the right length and did everything so you leave it hooked up. What a nice auger, because you know to switch spots, you just winch that thing up with the winch is a piece of crap, but it works. Just winch it up and off you go. Drop the hydraulics, everything's hooked up. I really like it. That 10-inch auger I got may flow a little bit more grain, but I mean, look at what this thing's flowing for an 8-inch auger. You can't beat that. And a lot of this to do with that basket there really helps out. Well, told you guys I'd bring you back if something interesting happened. Wish I was recording. This tire down here just blew on me. I got about 180 bushel of corn on here. And dropping that far that quick was probably one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me while farming. The first thing that I did, of course, was tried to hit that non-existent foot clutch to stop. I understand. Jesus. Whew. Well, waiting for somebody to come with a wagon, unload this. I've got a couple of spare tires, but they're not going to be right for this thing. So, see what my brother figures out what's that, I guess. Whew. We'll sit here and calm down for a minute first. Poor combine. I guess that combine's name is Larry. Poor Larry just gave me a heart attack. Larry probably had one too. I can't believe you guys didn't hear the pop with the augers running. It's the only reason. There's old Glenn sitting down there at the bottom of the hill. Here we are the next day. Take a look at this. I'm going to get my tester out of there. That's how that went down, literally. In here, where did it blow? Oh. Oh. Well, there's your problem. Wow. That was an interesting bang, that's for sure. Get up out of here. But, anyway, he's got a tire. I believe he's going to be replacing that today, and we'll be back after it. The rate we were going to get this whole field picked off that day before the grain elevator closed. And it's too bad that this happened, because everything was going too swimmingly. So of course this would happen, right? Oh, whoa. Ladder's kind of wonky. Alright. That's it. That's all I got. Grab my tester. I'm going to test some of my other fields, because right now my stuff's too wet. The lower I got in that field over there, just the wetter it kept getting. So I put the brakes on, and now I'm testing the non-GMO corn. Yeah, it's grown organically, but it's non-GMO transitional ground. And that ground's not quite as healthy, so the plants didn't hold on as long over there. So I'm hoping maybe it'll be a little bit drier. We'll see what we find out. I hope Glenn doesn't get jealous. He got another used tire to put on here. This one's got less traction, but it's in better shape. So that's good. Got that going for it. Moving along, got, I don't know how many acres. I don't know how many acres these fields are. Quite a bit. I'll ask him for numbers later. Kind of neat. There's my organic. Here I am picking off the Brothers Conventional right next to it. So this field here is right at 30 acres. Picked it all off yesterday. Setup we got going on. Grain truck's doing good for them. That's good to hear. Good to know. Moving right along. Picked off. There's a little over. It was like 3,500 bushel here last night. We had to stop hauling and filled the wagons up. We got a couple more empty ones, but it all fit on these, and the grain truck is full this morning. So. Quite a few wagons here. Old Larry did good. I was wondering if we were going to beat the record with Glenn. I picked 6,000 bushel in one day with it. Yesterday with Larry, we were pushing a little over 5, but we didn't make that 6,000 mark. If I would have been real worried about it, I could have got a couple more wagons and dipped in over there. But I don't know if we had enough room. I don't think I'd have made it to 6,000. So, Glenn still got the record, and it's not going to get beat this year, I'll bet. So, get this thing fired up and pull some wagons around. The old Gasser 190. 285, not a 301, or 265 cubic inch engine, not a 301. But it was down in the 30s last night, and minus the leaky manifold, the thing runs pretty good. We'll get a gasket for it to put on. Well, I have switched combines just for long enough to go put this thing away. We've got rain coming. Oh yeah, it's coming all right. That could have been more perfect timing, right? I was hoping that I'd get some lightning strike while I was talking, but I mean that just couldn't have been better. That was perfect. But anyhow, we're gonna put these combines away. He's filling up the last load right there, and gonna back that into the shed. All of our wagons are empty. Timed everything pretty much perfect with the grain elevator today. And so far so good. I guess stay tuned. If you like this episode so far, give a thumbs up, all that good stuff. Help the algorithms, blah, blah, blah. I'll get something interesting on the end of this video, I promise. Right there is why you should mow your waterways. You can see all of the weed seeds that are right there, getting ready to be spread all of this hill. I make sure to keep mine mowed. My brother doesn't, so his problem, not mine, right? That's how I feel about it. Corn's going pretty good, over 200. Don't know how much over 200. Rough guesstimate's like 230. You should be pretty happy. You got spots like this in the no-till that, I don't know, it's just not as consistent as the tilled ground that he has. And I'm sure that's to do with compaction in all this heavy clay. That was what I dealt with in the organic first few years. The clay was just so hard, I want to say like devoid of life. Didn't grow much. After 3-4 years of plowing, cover crops, and manure, some of my clay ground that I've been working on has been the best producing of the ground that I've farmed. So it can't be fixed. You just got to take the time to do it. And the turnout, of course, at the end. On tailings return, I'm going to make a whole video kind of talking about how to read that. And if you just catch this video, that's kind of what you're looking for. And if you can see the grain back here, it's going to be nice and clean too. Like I said, I'll make a video on it. I'm going to show you guys the settings on the sieves and everything, and talk about how I go about setting those, the shaper and the cylinder. But then I'm going to have a whole video talking about kind of the nuances of running it, change the settings on the go. So some guys I would think would be interested in that. to get Bob to record some of this beast going through the field from out there. And we'll kind of go from there. Cruising right along. No speed demon, but 2.5 to 3 miles an hour or so. Completely driving through the camera here. How am I doing? Looks like I'm doing pretty good. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's a thing that happens every once in a while. I'm not exactly sure why. You can hear the belt squeaking down there. I don't know if it's the belt or his tensioner pulley. It's like a spring-loaded tensioner pulley. Right down there. And I'm not sure what the problem is, but there's definitely an issue because I should be able to stuff a lot more through this than that. And on top of that, there's slip clutches on the header that aren't going. The belt's slipping, but the slip clutches aren't. And I checked those slip clutches, and they're not rusted together. The two pieces you can move freely, so they should work fine. But there again, that's my brother's problem. I told him about it, and it's nothing that I'm not dealing with. Just kind of every once in a while I get a little overzealous, like I did there. And plug her up. It happens. Keep after here, like I said, try to get Bob to get some footage outside of the combine and show you guys some settings, and I don't know how much more we'll add to this video. So my brother hires this guy to plant for him, right? And I don't know what the hell he was smoking when he was down here planting. But he needs to share some of that stuff so that I can figure out what the hell's going on. I mean, you got short rows there. These rows seem to go that way, but there's only 6 of them that come up here. And then these are short rows, and I'm not sure what's going on over here. But these 12 rows here definitely go up and go down through the field to somewhere. And then here, I had these rows coming up. I got these. I don't know where these came from. What happened to the other 6? When I picked those off, they were... So I don't... Yeah, okay. But then these are running this way. What in the hell? I don't know. Here, I don't know. Here I go. Yeah, it's kind of a mess here in the end rows. They were overplanted pretty good, about 6 rows out. And there's been pretty much absolutely no corn there. I don't know, somewhere up here, these rows end. too, man. They just were standing right here watching me until I stopped and grabbed my phone. Then they ran away. If I had like a crossbow or something in here, I tell you, I wouldn't have to go hunting. Probably illegal as shit, but you know. Well, not probably. Illegal as shit in Illinois, but you know, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. That's you know, that was that type of statement. I know I talked about going over some settings a few times in that combine, but then we ended up with this weather. Started off as a storm that was 20%, that we weren't supposed to, it was a 20% chance of not even a tenth of an inch, and we ended up getting a little over a half of an inch, and haven't been able to get out in the field yet. I've got a video on here that I will tag in the description. It'll pop up in the corner, and that kind of goes over basic settings and how to set stuff. And then I'll have a video coming up soon that's going to go over more comprehensive list on things to look for as far as the tailings return and everything. So if you like this episode, give it a thumbs up. Keep an eye out for the next one. That'll be me harvesting the organic fields finally. I thank everybody for watching. Hope to catch you on the next one.